A very good friend of mine had a hysterectomy, and she says that she feels empty. And I just want to take a moment to talk about this today, because a hysterectomy does not mean you are empty. It doesn't make you less of a woman. It just means you had a procedure to remove your reproductive system. You are still a bad. Just because you had surgery to remove your reproductive system doesn't mean you're useless. It doesn't mean that you're half of a woman. It means that you had a procedure. That's all that means. It means you cannot have children. Yeah. But there's a lot of reasons why you cannot have children. I mean, it does happen. So when it comes to girlies who have hysterectomies, do they need to Yoni steam? That is a big question. So my answer is yes. You still have a vagina. You still have a vulval area. What do you mean? Yes, of course. Now, what type of Yoni steam do you choose? The queen steam. Because regardless, you still have hormones. You still have a libido. Like, that doesn't change. Your reproductive system has been removed. That is okay. That does not mean that you don't do anything to take care of yourself. You still need to balance yourself. You still have to consider circulation. You still have to consider hydration. You still have to consider libido changes. You still have to prepare yourself for incoming menopause. There's all kinds of stuff or perimenopause that you have to prepare yourself for. So Yoni steaming is absolutely beneficial. If you're going through a hysterectomy, I'd wait at least 4 to 6 months, get a clearance or a thumbs up from the doctor. Then absolutely, you should be good to go to Yoni steam. Which one? I would, again, stick with the queen steam. The queen steam is excellent for that. I always tell my ladies who are going through their menopausal phase, queen steam. Do you care for the old baby one? No. The rebalance one also is helpful too, particularly if you are not thrusted into the menopausal phase just yet, because it can prepare your body for that. Think about hot flashes and vaginal dryness and that type of stuff. The rebalance one is excellent for that. However, I would absolutely stick with the queen steam. The queen steam will also help with the rejuvenation, rebalancing, circulation, vaginal dryness, etc., etc., etc. when it comes to the Yoni area. So I would absolutely, I scream for the queen steam. A lot of times after you've gone through this procedure, your libido is just not where it used to be. That's okay. You went through a very traumatic procedure. You do need to take time to heal and kind of pull yourself together, because now you're a new woman, essentially, right? You're not new as in like a brand new person, but your body's different because certain things have been removed. However, there are things that your body needs to go through to heal. So if you're feeling a little different, a little low, a little dry, that's okay. That's totally normal, actually. So what you want to do is spend some time with yourself, figuring out what exactly you need, what is really kind of triggering you after you've healed. And I mean, some women can take up to 6 months after hysterectomy. Some people take quicker. It depends on how old they were when they had the surgery. So depending how old you are, you recover quicker. It may take you a little bit longer to recover. Either way, it's all good. Sorry, y'all, my camera died. So when it comes to ladies who've had a hysterectomy, many times, again, you're going through the phase of like feeling a little bit empty, and it takes time to heal. Some women, it depends on their age. If they're like in their early 20s, early 30s, when they have a hysterectomy, it's totally fine. You can heal a little bit quicker. It can take 3 to 4 months. Those ladies who are a little bit older, it may take your system a little while to recover. So it'll be 6 months. It depends. When you get the clearance from your doctor, consider Yoni steaming. Why? Because Yoni steaming will help with the healing process. The womb area is so sensitive. We're born with it. And so when it's physically removed, it takes some time to physically recover quite a bit. Some people say mentally it could take some years. So it depends on where you are and what's going on with you at the time of your procedure. To help with circulation and rejuvenation of the vaginal area, Yoni steaming is so essential. Remember, these are herbs that are there to help the yoni. These are herbs to help with the circulation, herbs to help with the hydration, herbs to help with you kind of feeling one with yourself again. And it ain't like your hormones go away, good sis. You're still gonna have hormones. So then you want to try to rebalance them as much as possible, particularly those who do not go directly into menopausal phase just yet. What I like about the queen steam is those herbs that are in there are specifically for sensitive times in our lives. Sometimes for women who are going through hysterectomies, who have had a hysterectomy, you might find yourself to have like pelvic tension. So when you have the procedure and you're using Yoni steam and when you're fully healed, it helps with that pelvic tension. Some people say do pelvic like exercises, which I absolutely say you should do because it helps with that circulation I'm talking about, with the rejuvenation, the hydration in the Yoni area. And so pelvic exercises and Yoni steaming together are just so good for women who have going through post-hysterectomy procedure. The vaginal dryness is critical because, again, some of those organs that we had in us helped with that. So now these herbs will now help to take the place of what you Yoni did naturally. So does that mean you're going to have to Yoni for the rest of your life? Maybe not necessarily, but Yoni steaming for the rest of your life is not a bad thing either. So using those herbs, drinking the herbs. Some people use the herbs and they drink it as a tea. Either way is fine. Either way is fine. The thing is, when you have infused it in steam and it goes directly into the vaginal area, it's instant. It works instantly. And when you continually use it week after week, you find yourself to really get more into your new self. And it's a lot easier to be moist. It's a lot easier to not have vaginal dryness, pelvic tension, even crampiness in the womb area. So those herbs specifically help with that. The rebalancing one particularly helps with balancing the hormones, also helps with the vaginal dryness, also helps with healing the pelvic floor and things like that. So either one I say is good. Sometimes we have like low energy. Women who have had hysterectomy, the Yoni steaming also helps boost with that. Those herbs, particularly I think it's like the Mania one, helps with boosting energy, helps with the libido, helps with the libido, not libido. That herb particularly helps with that. In the rebalance hormone, it helps a lot with energy, by the way. I drink those herbs. I also Yoni steam them either way, sometimes at the same damn time. So when you are Yoni steaming with the rebalance Yoni steam, what's great with that is it helps with energy a lot. You find yourself being more energized, not just sexually, but physically, because again, the circulation is good. The thing is, when your vaginal area is dry, you feel dry, low energy, might feel low, might even feel a little bit of depression. So when the area is rejuvenated, it has better circulation, it's hydrated properly, your energy is automatically boosted up. That means you're likely to want to get up and get out, exercise, be more social, things like that. And you may find yourself feeling just physically better. Those of you who are thrusted into menopause, the Yoni steaming does also help with those hot flashes that everybody's freaking out about. They're like, okay, well, if I'm not going to be hot all the time, do I want to Yoni steam? Do not worry about that, because again, you should be in a cooler space, and the womb area, while it is getting hot pot, it helps with that circulation. It helps keep those hot flashes from getting out of control to the point where you're just in there with the AC on blast, fan on you, and you're just burning up regardless. It literally feels like you're on fire from what I'm told. So you don't have to necessarily go through that if you have properly Yoni steamed with the right herbs. Again, the Queen steam and the Rebalance steam are perfect. Both of them are perfect, particularly if you're post hysterectomy. And let me just say, for my girlies who've had a hysterectomy, you're still a woman. Maybe when I had a procedure similar to it, it was to get rid of my fibroids. That was it was a procedure to get rid of my fibroids. I don't even know the word right now. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Hopefully I remember to do that. So I understand that that's different, but it did take a while for me to feel like normal again, because I'm just like, what are these fibroids that were in there? They went and had surgery. I was so scared that something was going to happen to my womb area, my ovaries, my whatever. You know what I mean? Like I was so worried about it. So I'd imagine after having a hysterectomy, and the healing takes so long for many women, that when you get to that healing point, you might feel a little bit different. You might feel a little bit low, but I don't want you to feel that way. I understand that it's a phase. It's a whole new phase when you're having the hysterectomy, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to get my period anymore. What does this mean? Does it take away from my womanhood? That is not true. Your womanhood is still your womanhood. You literally had a procedure to remove your reproductive system. That's it. Some of us have to have a procedure to remove a kidney. Does it make you less of a human? Some women, when God forbid they have cancer, they have to remove their breasts. Does it make you less of a woman? No. You had a procedure to help you live a better life, to have you live a healthier life. That's all that is. And when you're yoni steaming, it helps you, one, remember who you are, that you are, but also to remind you to be healthy. If you have this procedure done due to having physical pain, you're in a new phase in your life. You're not going to have that physical pain, right? If you had to have emergency hysterectomy, you're living now because there was a reason why this had to happen. Unfortunately, some women get hysterectomies unnecessarily, but if it's happened, then it's happened. Let's do some healing. Let's do some accepting. Let's do some moving on and making sure that we do it in a healthy way that's good for you. If any of you have had a hysterectomy, let me know what your experience has been. Drop it in the comments, what you went through, how you got through it, and have any of you tried yoni steaming? Did you go into the perimenopausal phase almost immediately, or did it take time? Do you feel yourself feeling less sexual? If you did, have you tried yoni steaming? Did you grab the yoni detox pearl? Yes, the yoni detox pearl is still good to use. Hello. Because the thing is like, while I don't think it's as great for the womb area as the yoni steaming once you've had a hysterectomy, it still helps with the vaginal area, regardless. It does help with vaginal dryness. It does help with circulation. It does help with rehydration. So you can still use a yoni detox pearl, regardless if you have a reproductive system. It's just not pulling as many toxins out because what's holding in the toxins. However, vaginal area still can get them. Don't get it twisted, okay? And not to mention, if you're still fooling, if you have someone that you're fooling around with and you're no longer fooling around with them and you want them out of your system, then pearls are excellent for that. Same thing with yoni steaming. So do not think because your reproductive system is gone, your life is going to be so different, and you are not the woman that you are. You are even more of a woman because you've survived this procedure. Not everybody does. So congratulations to you in a new phase of your life. Try the yoni steaming. Let me know how it worked out for you. If you're going to choose yoni steaming, remember, Queen Steam and Rebalance are the excellent ones. If you find yourself going into the perimenopausal phase almost immediately, start with the Rebalance because it'll help rebalance, keep your hormones balanced as you are recovering, and also prepare your body to going into this other new phase in your life. If you are not there and you're just healing from a hysterectomy, girlies, let's go ahead and use the Queen Steam because you are the queen and you will need to be balanced and happy. And I don't want you to deal with vaginal dryness. I want you to have strong circulation in the vaginal area. And I want your libido to be as healthy as possible. I want you to have good energy, and you will have it, girlies. How often should you yoni steam? Now, because you don't have your cycle anymore, you can do it every single week. Some people do it twice a month at minimum. I always say if you're going to commit to yoni steaming, twice a month at minimum. If you're going to commit to it for a long term and you don't want to have to do it like every other week, once a month is fine. Once a month is fine, particularly if post-healing hysterectomy. If that's the case, then you should be good to go. No worries, you're balanced. So once a month is good, twice a month is excellent, once a week is exceptional. So whatever works out for you. Remember, Queen Steam or Rebalance, it just depends on where you are. If you have any questions, you know how to reach a girl, use that discount at the bottom and let me know your experience. In the meanwhile, thank you for joining my hood. Be good to yourself.